Hi folks, my name is Matt the Cruz, and in this session we're going to talk about why we conduct market research. This is the second session of our Digital Marketers Bootcamp 2019, and in the previous session we basically gave you a broad overview of Network Empire, the Growth Map Framework, Digital Marketers Toolbox, and the beginning phases of market research, where we looked at what are the questions we need to ask when we start the process, and then also what the heck are we selling? What is the stuff that we're selling? Documenting that and who we're selling to. So let's dig a bit deeper into this topic and look at what we need to consider when we start doing the market research. The goal of doing market research is to equip ourselves with information. That's the primary core mission of this. Without information, we have no idea of what's going on in the market. We can't make any decisions for the business, and if we rely too much on our intuition or what we've heard from other people, it could be a costly experience. So there's 4 things you need to think about when you start doing your market analysis. This is at the heart of the entire process. The first thing is your product. What are you selling? What's the price? Who's it for? And what solution does it provide? Next is price. How's your price set in the market? Placement. How's this product distributed? Where's it placed online? How do people find it? What service areas do you service? And then promotion. Basically, how are we going to promote this product? Are we going to do paid traffic, content marketing, display marketing, videos? What's the strategy? How do people find out about this product? So we're going to look at these 4 things in detail, and then we're going to jump into Digital Marketers Toolbox and actually go about and look at a particular market. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So market research can help us do quite a lot of things. Number 1 is we can understand our customers, and from that we get the profile. We can create more effective marketing campaigns, and we can determine where are the best locations to actually sell our product. The next thing is identifying opportunities. Where are the gaps in the market that can help us increase or grow our business? Now, when we start looking for opportunities, we can identify any changes in the actual market. It's good to go back to your market and look at it every year just to see, has this thing changed? If your business stays stagnant and you sell the same thing over and over again, but the market's moved on, you will notice that your client base will shrink and you'll soon be out of business. So staying aware of what's going on in the market makes a world of difference. Are there new products and services being sold to the demand? What new markets exist within or outside of the country that we're working with? Next thing we want to do is recognize and plan for the industry or the economic shifts. So if you think about this, basically if your industry moves, like our industry moves in digital marketing, it's a dynamic environment. There's new things that come out every single day. If we don't stay in touch with what's going on, very soon we get left behind. Also, economic shifts. Some years people make a lot of money, other years people make less money. What's happening in the economy? Is the economy strong? Is it weak? Can it afford your product? Does your product actually provide a service to the people in that place? These are things you need to think about. Based on the information that you get back, that will determine how much inventory you hold. What's the price you sell it for? How much staff you need? It starts answering a lot of valuable questions when you actually look at it from this point of view. So you can start seeing why market analysis is super important. When we do market research, we can monitor the competitor in the market. We can identify these competitors. We can get information about how they compete in the areas, and we can learn how the competitors compare to us. We can mitigate our risk by making better business decisions, and we can use the information we find to actually drive the business. So when we conduct market research, it's widely viewed as a component of the planning stage of the business. And when we speak about the digital marketing blueprint, this is essentially where we start using the structure of the digital marketing blueprint to determine what do we have, what rankings do we have online, what footprint do we have online, how much market share do we actually have, if we have any, who are our competitors, what market share do they have, what is the content that they have that's driving in their market, and how are they promoting those products. All these things help us to extract the information to build a digital marketing blueprint that helps us. So it doesn't matter if you're a startup or if you're an existing business, the market analysis, the market research is super important because it's one of the few things that you have to do up front to effectively tackle and work in the market. When we're talking about this, one of the core things that we need to do when we conduct market research is determine what's the sales potential for the product or service that we're working in. We want to identify the demographic, the location, and the price point of what is being sold. We need to attract new customers to your business. So we have to establish the company's image. So where people go online, they'll see our brand all the time. We have to set a price for the products and services that actually work for that market. And we have to ensure that the advertising and marketing that we do speaks to the audience that we're trying to speak to. Lastly, when we conduct market research, we basically want to find out where our customers are. We want to create a profile for them. We want to create a profile of where the potential prospect locations are, and we'll start documenting what are the marketing strategies used by our competitors to actually attract our customers and bring them in. So you can see that when we're doing this, we're constantly finding out what works, how it works, and then we think about how we can implement it into our business, and is it financially viable to do so. Okay, then lastly, which products and services do the buyers want? Okay, what are the factors that influence their buying decisions of the customers? The price, the service, the convenience, the branding, how to do it, how to use it, how to implement it. So let's get started with the project. Jump across to Digital Marketer's Toolbox, and we'll start walking through the process, and you can see in the tool how it goes about extracting and pulling the information back for us very, very quickly. Okay guys, we've got the basic idea of what to do now with regards to market analysis. Now before we start, I'm going to speak quickly about niches. Many folks who come to Network Empire want to find out how to discover niches, and before you start using DMT, a good thing to do is just to go search online, find out what's going on in your niche, and to get the guys started who are not sure on what there is to look at, I've basically grabbed like the top 10 niches based on how much money is spent in it in a year. So if you look at this year, learn languages is a very, very big niche. 43 billion is spent in a year. Pets, 66 billion. Prepping, 16 to 37 billion. Relationship and dating, 2.5 billion. Personal finance, 17 billion. Home security, 51 billion. Babies, 18 billion. Weight loss, 66 billion. Learning music, 6 billion. Electronic entertainment, 65 billion. Basically, when you look at this, within each of these, there are many segments, market segments, and then we have niches, and then we have our long tail phrases. So I'm going to share a few little tricks that you can use if you haven't got any ideas of where to start and how to find stuff. So first of all, you can start with these top 10 over here, and you can look at them. Alternatively, you can look at renewable energy, 140 billion a year. It's another niche. Biodegradable consumables, 3.4. Subscription boxes, 5 billion. Virtual reality products, 12 billion. Tiny homes, these are small houses, not big houses, 400 million. You can see there's a lot of markets, a lot of niches, a lot of things that we can actually start looking at. So essentially what we're going to do now is to find hidden niches, we're going to run off over to Flipper. Okay, Flipper.com is a site where people basically build sites, have online businesses that are running, and they potentially have volume and turnover and profit that's being made. Now you can go and buy these businesses, but for this example, what we're going to be doing now is looking at the featured websites that are in there, and we're going to click on the monthly profitable slider and look at where basically the profit is. So if you go to flipper.com and you click on business and you just say by asking prices, you'll see that it all comes up, all the business names, the industry they belong into. So these are our markets, the model that they're using, and how much money they're making a month. So if you hover that, that's your monthly revenue coming in. This is the profit that they're making, and this is the asking price. Okay, so you can come through this list and you can actually look at different things. So birthstone deals, let's click on this and see what's happening there. United States, founded in 2017, 1 to 10 staff, $150 a month is expense, 200,000 is profit, revenue per month 350. And as you go through this, it's going to give you a basically idea of what they're doing. So they've got a supplier in China who provides them everything. So evergreen niche, high profit margins. They're using email, Facebook, and Google AdWords. That's all paid per click targeting. You're buying the customer database and you're getting the partnerships and enterprise sales agreements. We've got 160,000 followers. That's the boy who sold it there. Okay, so when we go through this, this is a niche that we can look at, birthstones. Let's look at another one. $7 million is what they want for this business, 529K a month. So let's look at this health and beauty. They're selling tablets. Okay, so you can see this gives you a lot of information about it. So if you want to buy existing business, these guys selling this tablet, they've got basically everything done. They want $7 million for this business. And it's doing about half a mil or more a month in turnover, and you make 129,000 in profit. So you can very dig deep into this, and you can actually see what's going on over here. But this gives you a basic idea. If you're still looking for more niches, what you can do is go to Amazon bestsellers. It's amazon.com/best-sellers/ZGBS, and over here you can start seeing what are the best sellers on Amazon. Okay, games, controls, devices, books. Okay, you can see what people are buying. You can see what's new, what's interesting, what's moving. Okay, so as you can see, there's limitless things that you can basically sell, what people want. So you can go through this list and you can check what's going on, and you can find out what you want to build your site about. Okay, and gift ideas. Tons and tons of niches that are available. Okay, so I'm going to basically jump across into Digital Marketers Toolbox now, and we're going to go look at, where's that short list I had? For this one here, I'm going to jump into the prepping niche, and we're going to have a look at this and see what's going on. So I'm just going to quickly come to Google. I want to type in prepping. I'm going to go to prepping, and I'm just going to make a little space there. And we've got meaning, food, beginners. Okay. How to start prepping. To run prepping tips. So it's prepper tips. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the prepper, and I'm looking on the left, and I'm looking on the right. The prefix, the suffix. I'm looking at what are the words that are basically sitting in the sentences around the primary keyword that we're looking at. So let's zoom into Doomsday Prepping and see what it says there. So now we've got a guide, a list on budget, ideas, food, Reddit, gear. Okay, so you can see it's really broken down into 3 or 4 segments. So I'm going to take that, going to go Control F, I'm going to stick it in there, and I want to highlight wherever that word's mentioned. So people looking for guides, looking for budget prepping, lists, ideas, and bug out bags. Okay, so we've got a few ideas very, very quickly. Let's come back there. Just looking at this. There's a TV series about it. And Life Hacker is a position number 1 over here. Let's go to survival. Survival and prepping gear, survival and prepping in Reddit. Food, checklist, blogs, lists. Okay, so basically people want checklists, they're looking where they can get their food, and they're looking for guides. Emergency preparedness. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this one over here as where I want to go, because it's got a lot of products that are associated with it, and it seems to be more focused on the prepping than would be, because I saw as we went to the market level of prepping, we had paint and all kinds of other type of prepping stuff. So this looks pretty much where I want to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to Digital Marketer, if this is the first time you're logging in, what you want to do is click on Profiles. Okay, I'm going to take the business name. I'm just going to call this one Survival Prepping. Make this US. And then create a profile. In this profile, when we create it, you'll see my survival prepping profiles come up. Within the profile, I can bind this profile to a geographical location, okay, and I can bind this profile to social properties that are tied to the WR1 Money site. This is the site that we basically own. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click into my profile, and I haven't got a website yet, so what I want to do is a market analysis. So I'm going to go find the top ranking domain for this over here. Okay, I'm going to start off with this website here. Let's have a look at this. They've got a double listing, so they must have quite a bit of content. Urban Survivalist, let's have a look at them. And let's go to the prepping guide. What I've done is I've taken 3 competitive websites. Okay, so let's start with this. So I'm going to copy that there. I'm going to come into DMT and stick it in there. I'm just going to type in reverse engineer for myself so I know that this is a competitor website, it's not my own, and I'll press submit. This process takes literally 2 or 3 minutes to go and actually collate the information of that website, find the top ranking pages, get the top ranking keywords for that domain, get the top backlinks to that domain. It gets all the information in a few minutes and then allows us to go and analyze it. I'm going to press pause for now because this is essentially all we need to do our reverse engineering and our market analysis. We just add the competitor site that we're looking at. I'm going to add the top 3 sites here, and then we're going to jump in and go look at the market analysis. So what you'll notice now is that the first site is drilled. This is the first one. We can see they've got a DA of 38, page authority of 36. They roughly get traffic from around 20,000 keywords. Organic traffic about 35,000 a month, and the value of their traffic is about $27,000. They're not doing any PPC. So I'll go ahead and I'm just going to add the next site. Take that one there. Now you notice I'm taking the domain. It's because I want to see from a top level what's driving traffic to this website over here. So I'm going to click submit. Okay, and now I'm going to add the third site over there. Take that / off, and I'm just going to say reverse engineer again. So I've taken the top 3 sites for this theme survival prepping. I've added them. I've drilled them out. Once this is done, we're going to go actually look at this market and see what are the top keywords that have come back. Now notice that this is only taking us literally 10 minutes, 12 minutes to go about getting this information. While that drill's drilling, what I'm going to do now is actually just have a top level look at what these guys are saying. So they've got prepping basics, gear, emergency scenarios, bug out bags, bug out vehicles, prepared homes, survival skills, self-defense. So you can sort of see the themes that are running through this website. Start prepping, emergency preparedness checklist, reasons to be prepared, Saint Pepper mantra, why you should share your prepping, and then they got a blog. In this one here, let's see what these guys got. Books, defense, food, gear, skills, supplies, do-it-yourself, survival, miscellaneous, and contact. So these are our top level markets that are tied to this, and as we go into each book, you'll see they're basically tying it to defense or survival. Okay, on prepping, we've got start prepping, plans, essentials, guides, urban prepping, food and water, survival essentials, guides, skills, wilderness survival, self-defense, first aid, tech, economic collapse, safety, finance, technology, homesteading, gardening, food, self-sufficiency, and then guides. All the guides how to do stuff. Okay, so very quickly, by looking at the top things, not only do we get the top keywords, but we get an idea of how the guys are presenting the information. We visually can see what they're doing. We can see that these guys are basically giving us ads. So we can inject our ads into this site over there, over there, over here, over here. Close that off. Okay, on this one here, sponsored ads. So very quickly we can start tapping into this. There's another sponsored ad to sell our gear if you're selling specific things. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've drilled into these sites. Now we can do a cross analysis on how good these sites are. Now you can notice that they all got a DO 30 up to 50. This one's got the most authority, but the prepared.com is basically sitting on more keywords and traffic. Actually, they got more organic rank values, so they'll probably be ranking for higher keywords with higher cost per click. But very quickly we can see what's going on. No one's doing PPC from what we've seen so far. Now when we get the project, every time we click into any of these, that'll take us into the actual project. And what's super cool about this is I started off with basically the prepared.com. So I'm going to click on that one there. And what this is going to do is going to basically open up the site. We can see it right within the project. We can see what they're saying. We can actually travel and look exactly how they're doing this, how they're doing the blogs, what they're featuring, all the stuff we've spoken about in the market analysis. You can go look at this page now and start looking at your checklists and saying, okay, cool. They're starting off, the very first thing they're giving beginners is checklists. And they're looking at rational responses you should prepare for. Okay, so you can see there they get an email list, they go opting in over there, they're allowing the guys to search. Okay, so we can see a lot of stuff there. Next we can start seeing on this specific keyword which sites drive traffic to them. So with this chart we can actually click through the top keywords that they're ranking for and we can see which ones are basically bringing traffic to them. Great feature. So over here when I look at this, all the red lines basically mean it's competitive. So this page here is in a competitive space. It's for gas masks. And we can see all the keywords that these guys are ranking for that have basically got search volume. Okay, so there's all the pages. That's a percentage of traffic that's coming to the site. So you'll notice that these top 10 keywords are driving most of the traffic. So prepping, gas mask, ham radio, prepping again, survival knife. So ranking for prepping on prepare.com and for this actual page. Survival knife, gas mask, survival water. These are the things that are driving traffic to this website. If we want to see all the keywords at once, within the market analysis or market research tab here, we can look at the market analysis of prepare.com. We can look at the semantic cluster of all the 3 domains that we added into the project. So if I click on this now brings all of them up together. And the top 20 keywords by traffic are basically these terms over here. And we can see which pages are actually ranking for these terms. So what's nice about this is if we look at prep and we open up the amount of traffic that rows we want to see, there's our prepping keywords. So from the market cluster point of view, we can look at prepping, the top rankings wherever it's found, the amount of search volume, the cost per click, the percentage of traffic going to that specific page, and obviously with prepping, these are the top pages that have come back amongst that cluster that we looked at. Okay, so we can click on any of these pages and it'll open up and we can actually see emergency preparedness checklist, prepping for beginners. It gives us everything that they're saying. There's a table of contents and that's the whole story. In-depth content, they've got comments, they've got everything on that page. So now that we're looking at this, I was going to go to my market research and open up the cluster again from the top. Survival games, Naked and Afraid, gas masks, Tony K, bug out bags, headlamps. So let's just take the bug out bag here, and what I'm going to do essentially is in a few minutes I'm going to go to my product and add that theme bug out bag so we can look at this. But before I jump there, let's quickly look at the questions that are coming back. Now, we've not added any products to this, so we can't set the funnel settings, but it doesn't mean that we can't see the questions at this stage in time. When we add a product, we can select it and we can apply our funnel settings to this, and this will give us all the information over here. But for now, we can see we've got 269 questions of what people are asking. So in the survival niche, people are asking how to sharpen knives, how to open cans without openers, how to open a locked door, how to start a fire, how to use a compass, how to make a fire, shows, how to make charcoal, gunpowder. Very interesting, all the how-to questions. We can see which ones are competitive, and we can see where the money spent, where the search volume is. And obviously if we add a product, so I'm going to type in bug out bag. If we're talking about bug out bag, we can then come in and add our conversion settings to this and see where the money flows through the questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop across to Amazon quickly. I'm going to type in all departments, I'm going to put in bug out bag, and I'm going to quickly get an idea of what costs are. 4 family personal prep bags into our survival go bag, perfect for prepping. 5 stars. We only see what the top products over here. So I'm going to filter by 5 stars. 179, 160, 144. Okay, so I'm going to take this one here. Okay, so we can look at this bag, and what I want to do now is I've got a price point, 179, so say it's $180. When I come down, I know that people are buying this, they're buying a radio and they're buying a personal water filter for hiking, camping and travel. So it's interesting, they're buying emergency hand crank self-powered AM FM Neo solar weather radio and water. So it's water, communications or news, and then all the gear. Things that are also related to this are first aid, 8-day food supply, survival tabs, medical products, tabs again, emergency zones, so it's a lot of overlaps, mainly medicine and water supply, dry foods. That's quite cool. Emergency survival gear, outdoor kit, gives you a compass, all your little tools, tarps, torches, paracord bracelets, multi-tools, hooks, spinners. That's cool as well. So you can see there's a lot of stuff that we can basically get, and this is what the guys are giving you. All this stuff. It seems like a big company. Okay, and obviously if we're looking for questions and reviews, we're going to see the questions that people are asking. Kit, items, emergency bags, prepared, ready, backpack. Excellent kit for emergencies. I'd buy again. So they like what they got you. Great product, fast shipping. Get prepared. Oh, they're saying there's low quality items in there. Didn't like that. Worth the money, 5 stars. Perfect. So people seem to like it for what they're paying. But you guys get the gist of things. I've basically come into Digital Marketers Toolbox. I've added 3 competitors to the projects within my profile. I have all the theme keywords that they're ranking for the domain, plus the competitors' domains. I can see them all through the semantic cluster, and through the questions I can basically see what people are asking. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bug out bag package. So I'm going to go to my product research. Under my new product, I'm basically going to stick in my product name. So it's a bug out bag. I want to look at that specific keyword. Over here we say target keywords 2 words max. This is to get us the market and market segment, but you can go to 3 or 4 words, depends how big the market is. Just know that the longer the long tail is, the less results you're going to get back. Okay, so I'm going to go for this exactly, and it's going to be a survival survival. Okay, so the dollars, it's going to be 180 is the price. I'm going to say we make basically, say $60 profit off that bag. The guys will buy it once. Over here, the average click-through rate from search engines at the max, I'm going to say we're going to get 25 in this one here, and on the lowest conversion rate, okay, I'm going to say let's just make this 10. So what this does is gives us a range between 10 and 25 that we can look at the conversion metrics. When the people hit my site, I'm going to say that maybe 10% will buy, 2% of the people hitting that page will actually call me or contact me, and people opting into our offers or our newsletters will say we basically have 2% as well. Now I'm going to press submit. This drill takes literally 5 minutes. And what it does is it goes and fetches the market segments. It gets us the phrase match keywords, it gets the top videos for bug out bags, it gets us the top competitors, the top 5 guys, it gets the keywords, gets their backlinks, it gets everything that we need to get the job done. So between the 3 competitors and this one drill that I'm doing now, I've got the starting points to start building out my website. What's also to remember is I also have got the starting points of the market analysis. From this I can start doing the documentation, writing down my notes, and figuring out who I'm going to be actually selling to. Alright, so there you can see bug out bags are drilled. We've got a price of $180. We reckon we'll make $60 profit with that whole kit. And there's our funnel conversions. Okay, so let's just drop into this quickly. Now realize when every product we do, we can add notes. We can see the notes on the noteboard, and on the customer journey we can actually create a customer profile for this particular product that we're selling over here, and you'll find those over here. Okay, so let's just jump back to our questions now. Now that we've drilled out a product and we've added the actual product that we're calling our bug out bag product, if we come back to the overview of preparedness, we drop back into questions. You see bug out bags, it's there now, and there's our website. We're going to set the product theme. There's our funnel. Now when we select how, we can see which zones potentially can make money in for our product. So it'll be pretty important that how to wipe your butt. It'll be pretty important to write your content about these now, to answer these questions that people are asking. If we look at what, there's another 119 questions, all related. What is martial law? What are FEMA camps? So you can see what people are concerned about by the searches. 2,900 asking that question there. You can see the money flows. You can see by the conversion type, so guys opting in, guys calling you through Skype, email, bots, whatever you use for communications, and then people are clicking buttons to buy. You can see potentially where the sales will happen. So this gives you a nice array of stuff for your market analysis to really think about who you're speaking to. Now, when we look at the top backlinks, basically the way this works is that is the target, that's the anchor, and this is where it's coming in from. So you can see by the trust of that page score and the page trust score how strong they are. So you got a lot of strong URLs that you potentially can trap into and get backlinks to your site from as well. So from the market analysis, you can actually find more opportunities with this very quickly. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the product quickly. I'm going to open it up, and the very first thing I'm going to do is jump on the keyword manager. Now on the keyword manager, what this allows you to do is get quick access to the actual keywords that I've found for this project over here, theprepared.com. I'm going to come down here and click clear the cache, and when I do this, you're going to see by traffic all the keywords. Bug out bags, there's all the keywords for bug out bag, and we found 200 keywords over there, all about bug out bags with competitiveness and search volume. Now, if you want to use these for your rice stacks, or you want to use them for list scraping, or you want to use them for doing anything, you can simply select these, press Ctrl C on your keyboard if you're using Windows, and you can paste it into anything that you want. So we can just drop those keywords, and they're all prepped and ready for you to use in any format or fashion that you choose. There's a lot of things we can do. We can embed those into videos. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with this list. Now let's dig a bit deeper and see what's actually going on across this theme. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at the market segments. I want to see what's going on in this market, and in other videos we've shown you guys and explained how this works, but essentially we segment this market into 3 traffic phases: paid search, i.e. ranking content; PPC, paying for the ads; and display networks. This takes into account the conversion funnels of Bug Out Bag and it shoves it in. But more importantly, what I want to do now is I want to do 2 things. I want to take the prepare.com, I want to stick this into SimilarWeb, let that run so we can quickly see what's happening under the hood of that. I then want to come to Google Trends and see what's going on. So you can see it's pretty consistent, Bug Out Bags, over the last 12 months. So what we can do is we can simply click on this and look at this in Google Trends. And if we take this over the past 5 years, this will show us basically what's been going on. So the whole bug out market is sort of on a downward trend, but it's tapered off in the last 2 years. It was much higher in 2014, just after the credit crunch. People looking for this, you can see the locations: United States, Canada, Australia, Sweden, South Africa. Related topics. So can you very quickly see what people are looking for? Looking for the game, a pocket knife, slingshot, firearms, calibers, armed forces, life straws, the Red Cross, emergency evacuation. These are topics that are important to people. Freeze drying. Okay, so very quickly we can see what people want. The related queries: Trump bug out bag, Donald Trump bug out bag, Cards Against Humanity. There's a brand. Okay, so very quickly we can see what's going on. Now we can take bug out bag and we can take something else. Let's look here. Survival backpack. Let's try that. So in comparison, the survival backpack is tiny to bug out bag. So bug out bag is a word we want to use in this whole analysis. We can see it's got a lot of content. It's on a downward trend, but typically we want stuff that's going upward. Okay, especially if you're selling products, we want things that are people of interest in. But we can keep on adding. So if I add in here a backpack, you can see it's huge. So I'll get rid of this one here. I'm going to edit this one quickly. Make it 2 words. So okay, there we go. You guys get the gist. So with this trend, we can actually look at what's going on. We can very quickly dig in to see where things are going. So let's just say we want to target the US. Okay, so let's just go United States. We can go by categories. Let's go hobbies and leisure. And it allows us to look through YouTube, Google, news, images. So let's look at YouTube and see what people are looking at. Now, interestingly enough, the relationship is becoming a lot more, and the guys who are looking at backpacks are countrywide versus bug out bags. So let's just get rid of this for now, because for the survival thing, the bug out bag is a big topic. Top countries are Maine, Idaho. That's where your interest lies, your themes. Okay, so that gives you a good idea. When we look at SimilarWeb, and we look at the prepare.com, I can see how much traffic they're getting. I can see which countries they're getting traffic from. So it's mainly US traffic. and the traffic's coming from the web. So they must have a strong content strategy, and then people know the brand, and then social. Most of the search is coming from prepping, cost of ham radios, the prepared, prepper basics, tool to remove, cap from a 30-gain container, survival guide, pemmican. So most of their traffic's from the web. Reddit, YouTube, Facebook's where they're getting their traffic from. So from your social properties, I would essentially create accounts for these places here, and on the actual profile for the WR1 Money site that I'm building, I will bind those accounts to that profile, so that when we come back later on, we've got all our profiles set up ready for distributing our content to. The repair.com, the audience. So people who visit them also visit survival, be prepared, A500 armor, sportsman's guide. So this already gives me an idea of where I can get more traffic for this project. So guys, can you see how I'm just using the web to unravel this market, and I can really start seeing and get familiar with things there are. If we look at the competitors, more guys we potentially can put our links on, or if they got ads, inject our ads into. Mobile apps, none, and it's actually there. So that's pretty cool. So over here, bug out bags. Within the topic of bug out bags, the guys want a list. They want to know what the best one is. They're looking for kits to go into their bags, gear, essentials for the car. Okay. So basically, from what I'm seeing here, people want lists of things they need to put in their bug out bag. That's the most important idea that comes out of all those themes. So we look at what people are searching for here, the related terms, emergencies, what must be inside it. And these keywords are organized by theme relevance. So the higher the relevance here, the more related it is. So bug bag is very highly relevant to a bug out bag. Okay, the 72-hour bag is quite interesting. Okay, now we can look at all the keywords. There's only 45 themes that came back, but that gives us the full stack. We can see all the words that people are using. The theme keywords were 51 themes that came back. These are the phrase match keywords. And bug out bag kit has got 880. So what has bug out bag got? Let's just look at that quickly. Okay. So the competitors. Through the competitors we can see all the keywords and pages they're ranking for. So the top 5 competitors are found over here. Wikipedia, Uncharted Supply, MindNag, Survival Cache. The keywords, search volume they drive. The page it's ranking, all the keywords that are ranking for that actual page. So you got the entire stack. The bug out bags, if you're working for clients, missed opportunities, you can see it very, very quickly. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to jump to the videos because I want to see what the guys are doing here to drive traffic. So private sector arms, the 511 shoulder pack go bag. 7 million views, wow. The go bag, bug out bag kit. Now what's cool about this is when we look at the videos, we can start seeing what's catching people's attentions. And this is what makes this really, really, really powerful, because this is starting to take us into the actual headlines that have been proven to get traffic and clicks. So yeah, we can see we've got nearly 2 million views. That's the DIY survival bug out hunting, fishing, cooking kit. That's the whole thing basically, that headline. Check out our new bag. This year has been proven to be clicked. It's got 18,000 likes. People like what they saw here. So between these headlines and these descriptions, we can start getting a really strong feel for what is happening in this market and what people are interested in, what they want to see, what's holding their attention. And we can look at all the different videos where traffic is. So as we jump through this, you can see in this next batch they've got a much more consistent flow of traffic between them. So this first guy here, he's been here since June 11th, 2018. He's at 7 million views. I don't know how realistic that is, but it looks like a legitimate video. But that's definitely drawn a lot of information, but it's about weapons. Okay. Yeah, so I think the second page will probably be better. It's more in their theme. 100,000 views. 2016, 2014, 2017, 2018. Okay, so you can see there's actually a lot of interest. The videos have got a lot of views. There's a lot of traffic flowing through this bug out bag niche. So literally in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we've come in and we've looked at 3 competitors. We've added a product that we're going to start with. We have all the key information. So now that I've done this, what I usually do is I'll come into my dashboard. I'll open up my market intel template. I'll open up my theme template, and I'll open up what deck am I selling. Okay, so now that I've got some data to work with, I can come actually look at this. What are the challenges that these people are facing? And I'll basically come in here and I'll type my answers. I'll get some information. I'll get my top level ideas of what I've seen so far. This process here, if you take your time, you could spend maybe an hour, 2 hours just looking at what are people asking and how your product works. As you're going along and doing your research, you can map out your markets. So essentially what we've seen so far is we've seen books, we've seen survival, we've seen emergency, we've seen lists, checklists. These are all the top ideas that are coming in. And as we go along, we can essentially come in here, and as we're doing research, we can find the top books and we can stack them over here. Okay, so typically what I'll do is, this is a dub. So when I start my money site, I'll just go dub. Over here I would have the site index, that's going to be the domain.com, and now over here I'm going to start with my silos and I'm going to go book. And I'll start dropping out the top level ideas as I'm doing my research, looking at things. The reason why I do this is when we're in DMT and we've actually mapped the story out and we've got a good feel for what's going on, then we come and add our products or draw more competitors. We don't want to just draw stupidly. We want to basically have a plan. We want to see how things are mapped out. We want to write them down, get a good idea of what this rough drafts of the site's going to look like, what we think we can sell, map it out here. Once we've done that, we'll jump into DMT, we'll grab the keywords and we'll draw them out as products after we've decided what we think is the best. Then with what deck are we selling, we're just going to run through this and we're going to start mapping out what we're selling, what's the unique selling position, what are the top pains. We've got that already there in DMT, but we can choose the ones we're going to focus on. Then we choose who we're going to talk to, and then we can build out our persona. Now obviously all the questions at the bottom are there to assist you of how to find a persona, and similar to the web, that gives us more ideas of where these people come from. Okay, so as you can see, while we're on this stage, we can flip through all the sites that we've added in. We can analyze them very, very carefully in detail now as we're doing our market research. We can write down the notes of what we believe is working. We can figure out what's happening with the funnels. We can join their email lists and see what they're sending out. We can start getting all the information we need very, very quickly. And what's cool about this is you can jump between all the sites and actually look at them in detail within DMT. So just to recap on this, guys, now that we've understood the market and we've got a good idea of what's going on, we come to our market intel templates, we start going through the questions, we start answering them. In our market segment, as we're working, we start dropping out the ideas for keywords at different levels, so micro niches, niches. Now pay attention to this. The higher up the vertical you are, the colder the traffic's going to be. So typically on your single word or one or two word phrases, You got a lot of traffic, but it's cold. Okay. As people get closer to what they're looking for, they start warming up. The next thing you want to do basically is what they're going to be selling and go through that document. So it's very simple. Just follow the steps that we have on the profile. Start at the top, work your way through those. Look at the sites you've chosen to look at as you're doing research. Look carefully at what keywords are driving traffic, how much percentage of that traffic is going to this actual website, what page is associated with the traffic, and then from that you can start seeing how these guys are actually pulling people in and where. So how to make a hardtack. If we look at this one here, so it's actually bread. I don't even know that. Wow, okay. So there they show you how to do it. There's a recipe. So this is interesting. Even recipes work in the survival niche, which I never even thought of. So it showed you. Take your time, guys. Jump into DMT. Just to recap on our process, we came in, we looked at the market on Google. We found the keywords that we're interested in and the niche that we're interested in, and we started looking at it. Once we got our top 3 competitors, we added those guys in for a particular term, and we started looking at what they're ranking for. Okay. Once we understood what they're ranking for, what the top keywords were in that niche, we added in the product that we wanted to rank for. This applies to any market that you're working on, whether it's a local market, whether it's a niche, whether it's a service-based type of industry, or whether it's e-commerce. It doesn't matter. With Digital Marketers Toolbox, we very, very quickly unravel what's working, what keywords are driving traffic, and then from that, we can actually start deciding what keywords we're going to use where in our digital marketing plan. So in the next session, what we're going to start looking at is essentially putting together our website. I'm going to quickly take you through the website build, get everything prepped and ready. That's literally a 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe an hour's job for you guys, because we don't need to set up much. And then we're going to start setting up our list using email marketing afterwards, and then we're going to start looking at copywriting and what keywords to use. So as we go through this process over the next few weeks, I'm going to walk you through step by step, and we're going to build up the site for the survivalists and see what we end with at the end. Okay, see you guys in the next video.